tell you something about Andrew. This is my boy right here. You disrespect him, you're disrespecting me.
Inside fighting. Shout out to Inside Fighting.
We are back. It is the Fight Season Podcast. It's me, Jesse Rowe, with Inside Fighting, joined as always by my man, Andrew Capucetti, and we've got Timothy James, a.k.a. Timmy Shoes, in Brazil, Sao Paulo, Brazil. What's up, guys?
How you fucking doing, boys? Fights going on. Shit popping off. We have a new lineal heavyweight boxing champion, in my opinion. But are we ready to talk about that? I don't even know. I'm doing great, though. I'm really glad to be down here in Sao Paulo.
Whoa. That was a lot of energy, Timmy. That was toned down, brother.
Listen, I'm all amped up. I got all this energy. You see, I was at the media day. I was chilling with fighters, talking to people. It was dope. And, that energy's kind of got to go somewhere. So it's going into this podcast.
Timmy Shoes is living his dream right now.
It is, man. It is my dream.
Right.
Thank you for making this, guys.
Cheers.
Let's go.
Yeah, how was it? How is Sao Paulo compared to Brasilia? Just out of curiosity.
Sao Paulo is a lot like, it's the Brazilian New York. I like, even driving from the airport, which, by the way, the airport is fucking far from the center of the city. Anyway, I'm driving in, and it looks like New York. It's got that sort of like, it's a big, ugly city, but it also is kind of beautiful in its own way, you know? It's the Brazilian New York. It's very different than Brasilia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got one of the former opponents of Francis Ngannou. Derek Lewis is there fighting in Sao Paulo, so I guess that's my segue into talking about the big fight this weekend. Obviously, we had Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou, and it was a better fight than everybody expected. Did everybody get a chance to? Did everybody watch it live as it happened? I was at a Halloween party, so I was literally on my phone at a Halloween party watching the stream, in my outfit, watching the stream. So I got a chance to watch it.
You know what's funny about that is someone asked Derek Lewis during the media day if he watched the fight, and he said, no, I couldn't watch it because me and my wife were throwing a Halloween party. So my question to you, Jesse, is: were you at Derek Lewis's Halloween party?
No, I was not. But he had he had his own little scare this week. He got arrested for driving speed. But he says that it wasn't him, right?
It wasn't him. It was some guy with hair, according to Derek Lewis. So I believe him. I don't know about you guys, but if Derek Lewis says it was some other guy with hair, it was some other guy with hair.
Going 136 and a 50. That's caps. That's like a regular Tuesday for Andrew Capucetti.
Were you at Derek Lewis's Halloween party? Joke of the year here with Timmy Shoes.
Anyways, Cap, when you watched Tyson Fury, so you had a different take than what most people thought about the fight. A lot of people felt like Francis was robbed.
I just think Tyson Fury is the most overrated fighter of all time. He didn't do much in the UFC.
Francis Ngannou, not Tyson Fury.
Not Tyson Fury. Yeah, Francis Ngannou. No, I love Tyson Fury.
I was not
Clip
ready
it.
for that. I was not.
I'm a big
that.
Tyson Fury fan. I retract that. I meant Francis Ngannou. He's such a forgettable name to me. I already forgot his name. Most overrated fighter of all time. He didn't do much in the UFC. Never won a championship. Wait, no. He won he was he champion?
Yeah, he was champion a few times. Yeah.
The biggest name he beat was Stipe. Correct, Timmy?
He beat Cyril Gane. He beat Alistair
Cyril Gane's not
names.
Cyril Gane never did anything else.
Names.
Francis Ngannou is the most overrated fighter of all time. He's just a big dude with muscles. He's not that good. And people are saying that he beat Tyson Fury. Everyone who said, even Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan is known for exaggerating everything, overhyping everything. This guy used to say Ronda Rousey's the baddest martial artist of all time before she, got knocked out by Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes. Joe Rogan is known for over-exaggerating shit.
He did say Ronda Rousey could beat Floyd Mayweather in a fight. I do remember that.
That's why he's a 50-something-year-old man, on these screen grabs acting like this. Acting all shocked because as a man, he's still acting like a child. You know what I mean? He's another big over-exaggerator. Anyways, I think Francis Ngannou had a good day in the boxing ring. It was his best day ever, and it was Tyson Fury's worst day ever. And even at that, he still didn't win the boxing fight. You know, I think I had it 6-4, Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury is just the better boxer. And it was Tyson Fury's worst performance of his career. He looked extra flabby in there. He didn't look like he trained. He didn't look in shape. He did enough to get the job done. You know, just because he fouled. Ngannou clipped him. Big deal. Same thing with Jake Paul, Nate Diaz. Jake Paul clipped Nate. Nate went down. You know, I still think Nate won the fight. Nate touched him up more. Nate was a better boxer that night, but the judges gave it to Jake Paul. I don't think the knockdown was that big of a deal. Well, yeah, if they run it back, I think Tyson Fury beats him worse. And I just think a lot of people are putting too much hype around Francis Ngannou. He's really not that good.
I do agree about that Fury probably did win the fight. It's an old cliche saying. Fury won the fight, Ngannou won the night, right? That's sort of how it went. And that's sort of the same thing with the Jake Paul-Nate Diaz fight. Jake Paul won the fight, Nate Diaz won the night.
Facts.
Where people, you know, they come out of it in defeat, more popular than they were, or just sort of like reestablishes their credibility and their popularity. I just want to say this about Ngannou. He lost, you know, probably on points. If you look at the numbers, yeah, technically, like Tyson did outpoint him. I just want to say this about him. You know, nobody gave him a chance to even survive that long, let alone get to a decision. But to knock arguably the greatest heavyweight of all time down, get to a decision, the fact that people are even saying that you could have won that fight or that they thought you did, I think is a moral victory, and I think it was incredible. But I agree, it was Tyson Fury's worst night with Ngannou's best night. But sometimes that happens, and you still got to give credit where it's due. I was very, very impressed that Ngannou even survived 5 or 6 rounds with Tyson Fury, let alone, you know, even considered for the decision win.
Well said. Yeah, listen, it was a moral victory, bro. But Francis Ngannou, fake humble. I'm not a big fan. Everyone loves him. They think he's some big, giant, nice guy. I can read right through him. He's fake humble. I don't think he's that cool with the fans. And
I feel like alternate storyline here. Did Francis Ngannou kick your dog or something?
Sorry, have you tried interviewing him before and he turned you down or something?
No, I read right through him. He walks around, and when I see him out of these events in the big Versace cheesy shirts, and he's looking all loud, and he just acts like he's this humble guy, and everyone kisses his ass. You see Ariel Helwani posting him kissing his ass. He's getting off the plane wearing he fumbled the bag. That was cheesy as fuck. I think he's a big cheesy character.
I got to admit, I do buy into it.
John Jones will fuck him up.
Oh, I agree with you there. I think John Jones would, yeah.
And listen, did his stock go up this weekend? Sure. Is he going to make many more millions in another boxing fight? Sure. But I think next time he boxes, whoever he's boxing is going to come ready, and they're going to knock him out. I really don't think Tyson Fury trained. He's been doing reality shows. He's coming off retirement. He retired for like a year. He battles, you know, mental issues. I think he's like diagnosed bipolar. I really don't think he trained, bro. I think he showed up thinking, hey, I'm fighting a UFC guy and just didn't train much and still pulled off the victory. It was a good night for Francis, but I'm not that impressed. Everyone's acting like, oh, he's some bad, crazy man.
I'm one of the suckers where, like, when I see stuff about people's story, I'm a sucker for a storyline. When I hear about, like, Francis, like, coming from Africa, like, supposedly he was hitchhiking across the desert or something, and then he ended up, like, he was homeless in Paris. I'm a sucker for those stories, so I love his story. So,
story.
Yeah.
One of the best stories in MMA. Listen, what I got to say is, who would have thought after the fight was over that Francis Ngannou would be the guy who scored the knockdown and Tyson Fury would be the guy who scored the illegal elbow? All right, everything was upside down. It's crazy. I really want to know, how does it feel that the most overrated MMA fighter in history beat the brakes off of the quote-unquote greatest boxer of this generation? I think it's awesome. Francis Ngannou clearly won that fight. It's not just the MMA fans like me who are like, Ngannou got robbed. Literally one judge gave him, so it was a split decision. It's not even like one judge and one boxing judge, and boxing judges are the most corrupt fucks out there. One boxing judge was like, this dude won the fight. He legit won the fight. You know, if you look at the stats can be misleading. You got to watch the fight because Ngannou landed more power shots and he landed the heavier shots, the more affecting shots. Now, I know the boxing judge criteria is a little bit different than MMA. In MMA, it's pure damage. So, you know, boxing, there's defense. And then if you read it, it's like They don't even differentiate what is valued more, like damage versus ring generalship and all this shit. The boxing criteria is very confusing. It's very subjective. But Francis Ngannou won that fight. Fuck yeah. New heavyweight lineal champion boxing, which means Derek the Black Beast Lewis has a claim to that title. He has a win over Francis Ngannou. Those two should box next. That would be fucking fire.
I was a lot more fired up about this a few days ago. It's already Wednesday. I'm kind of over the fight already. I can't wait till Ngannou's forgotten about, and let's see him in the PFL. I think the PFL is going to set him up with the up and coming heavyweight. He'll probably lose in the PFL.
Well, you talked to Deontay Wilder, and when Wilder wants to actually step in and do some MMA, and Ngannou has already said that he's interested in that fight. That they're supposedly like already in talks.
To box, I think.
Oh, I thought it was actually to do MMA.
I think they're in talks to box, which I would watch. I like I said, I think the next time Ngannou boxes, people are going to train and actually show up better than Tyson Fury, and he'll lose. So Ngannou got another payday for himself. What the performance he did with Fury, it made him another. It gave him another opportunity. Because if he would have went out there and got knocked out, no one would want to see him box again. But the fact that he put on a decent performance, people will pay to watch him box again.
Look, I want to say I'm with you, Timmy. I agree with you, but I respect the fact that Cap is willing to sort of go against the grain and take a stand that is not a very popular one right now. A lot of people are very much like,
I'm just not an ass kisser. People are kissing Francis Ngannou's ass.
You're either like Francis Ngannou won the fight, or you don't know anything about fighting. That's sort of what's going on the internet right now. So I respect the fact that he's taking the stand.
Watch the fight, bro. Tyson landed more and would just look more like a boxer. Francis was trying to stand in there. He gets power shots.
Yes, if Francis Ngannou fights Deontay Wilder, he will knock out Deontay Wilder faster than Tyson did in the second and third fights. I think, what was it, 7-round TKOs?
See, I don't know. I just feel like Fury is more of a point puncher where I mean, he obviously has power, but I feel like Wilder lands. He's sort of similar to Ngannou. You land one, I think he can put Ngannou out, but
I saw a lot more technical ability than anyone thought he had. Also, Francis Ngannou's chin is unreal. Like, Tyson Fury did have some good shots, and I don't know where this narrative where Tyson Fury doesn't have power. Yes, he does. What does he have, like 24 knockouts? The dude has power. There are 23 knockouts, and I think he only has 30 fights, right? He knocked out Deontay Wilder twice. Tyson Fury has power. The man's huge. He hits hard. It's just that he's also a technical boxer. And Francis Ngannou ate every shot like it was butter. He even took that Muay Thai elbow straight to the face and kept walking forward like it was gravy. It was beautiful to watch.
I'd love to see a rematch. I would love to see a rematch.
Every single week. We can watch them fight every single week for a year, and I think Francis wins every time.
Oh, that's a Francis Ngannou fanboy for you, like the rest of America right here.
I'm just an MMA casual, so what do I know? But
America, the world, and fans. Nate Diaz thought that he won the fight, and I think so did
everyone. So like I said, everyone thought Ngannou won the fight because it's just...
even boxers were Ngannou won the fight.
Eddie Hearn said that Ngannou was basically if that was a title fight, he would be the lineal champion right now.
Disregard what Eddie Hearn's saying. He's just trying to put down Tyson Fury because it's not his fight.
Sure, of course.
He wants Anthony Joshua to fight him.
Right, he does. That's true.
It's a money fight. Tyson Fury's never been beat for a reason. He's a legend. And the guy didn't get beat. You got to beat the champ. Ngannou didn't beat him. He put on a good performance. He did not beat him. He put on a good performance.
He had the moment of the night. That's what it comes down to.
He won the night.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess really quick, I do want to discuss the Wilder thing, just because we did interview him, and Wilder said that he wants to step into MMA.
Now, talk about people I like. Deontay Wilder, he's a cool guy. I like personalities like that. Ngannou just rubs me the wrong way. I see right through it. It's fake humbleness. It's fake nice guy. He's all about. That's why he left the UFC. He thought he was bigger than the UFC and he can make more money outside of the UFC. And I still think it was a mistake for him leaving the UFC. Listen, he had a bright spot this weekend. I think his time is done after this. I think that would be the brightest spot of his career. I don't think he's going to have another bright. I think he just peaked. I think this past weekend was his peak.
I'm curious who he can actually fight in PFL that people are going to get interested in though. That's I don't know what fight is out there for him that's gonna top this. I feel like it's all in boxing.
But anyways, Deontay Wilder. So Deontay Wilder's he's talking about crossing over into MMA, and I would love to see that.
He said, you threw a name at him. that most people wouldn't have expected because of the difference in weight and size, but you did throw out because I guess Nate Diaz, he does want to fight boxers.
Yeah, he's down to fight boxers.
Right.
He just wants to let boxers know, hey, boxing's a sport where MMA is like the real. It's real
fighting. Yeah,
it's real fighting, and like you're not a fighter unless you could do all mixed martial arts.
So Nate would be down for that fight.
Definitely.
Yeah.
From what I know.
So I got to be honest. Go ahead.
Boxing is the sport of boxing, but MMA is the sport of fighting, right?
There you go.
If you're good at fighting, you do MMA. If you're good at boxing, you do boxing.
Yeah, look, if it's boxing, I think...
Disconnect Timmy's shoes off the Zoom. I'm good off this guy already. Timmy, have a good night, brother. Listen, enjoy Brazil. We'll see you next time, brother, all right? Cheers.
Pete.
Thank you, Timmy. Good luck.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Nate Diaz chokes out Deontay Wilder in under 1 round. I'll just say that.
Yeah, Nate Diaz will fuck that. No, I like Deontay Wilder.
I think Wilder, if it's boxing, like obviously Wilder's got way more experience and he's bigger. Like,
that'd be an interesting fight, though, because listen, Deontay Wilder has long, big reach.
If they could meet at like 225 or something
power.
somehow, that'd be interesting.
They can meet at 215, because I know Nate has crossed 200 before. I think Nate can sometimes hit 198, 195, and Deontay could hit 210.
How much taller is he? He's got to be like fucking 7 or 8 inches taller than Nate, right?
I think Nate's 6'1", and Deontay's probably like 6'5", 4 inches.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not big of a difference.
But listen, the weight's not that big of a difference. Deontay's a slender man. Like I said, he can get down to 210, and Nate could get up to 195, 200. That's only a 10, 15-pound difference. I say they make that fight at 205 pounds MMA. I think that'll be huge. I think it could happen. You've heard it here first on the Fight Season podcast.
We're all waiting to see that, right? We're waiting to see the boxer come into MMA on like a big stage like that. Like it happened back in the day, right, with James Toney, but it hasn't happened since, and it hasn't happened on a scale like we haven't had a boxing star who was like Deontay Wilder, who's like, yeah, I want to test my skills in MMA. Tyson Fury sort of joked about it back in the day, but he didn't do it. So if Deontay Wilder is serious about it, I think he should do it.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. It'd be to see a boxer challenging himself instead of the other way around.
There you go. It wouldn't be in the pussy FL, as Nate eloquently put it.
As he said that,
yeah, he was talking shit to Jake. He was like, "I'm not going to fight you in the pussy FL."
I'm curious to who's Jake's going to box next. He has a fight December 15th. We'll see who it is.
He should fight Nate again. Let's get that rematch.
Nate
going.
wants it right now. I think Jake's ducking him. Hey, Jake. If you're watching, bro, stop ducking Nate.
Jake knows he stands more to lose than to gain because like the fans are always going to love Nate more than him. So even if he wins, they're going to fucking be, people are going to love Nate more. You can't do anything.
I think Nate wants his revenge and he wants to get a W on him.
What's up?
So I said if he loses to Nate in a rematch after barely scraping a decision in the first fight, it's going to be a really bad look for him.
Right.
Hey, well, our very own Timmy Shoes is in Sao Paulo, Brazil, covering Derek Lewis versus Ricardo Almeida.
Jalton Almeida.
Oh, Jalton Almeida.
Ricardo Almeida.
Who's Ricardo Almeida?
Never heard of him.
I don't know why I thought his name.
I don't know,
Ricardo.
but he's a great fighter.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we're gonna talk more about that fight on Insider Betting, but just briefly, I think Ricardo Almeida. What's his name again? Jalton Almeida is the real deal. I think him versus Palpovich is going to be the future title. Is a future huge fight to make in the heavyweight division.
But a quick little preview for Insider Betting.
But
Timmy,
I think he's going to fuck up Derek Lewis this weekend. Your guy Lewis.
Almeida may be a jiu-jitsu practitioner, but we all know about Derek Lewis's jiu-jitsu defense. Am I right, Timmy?
Yep, just stand up.
That's right.
This is a little spoiler, but I think the interview's probably going to go up before this. So I will say that when I asked Jalton who he thought he would win between Pavlovich and Aspinall, he did say Sergey Pavlovich. He was like, anything could happen. Aspinall could win because I think he's going to be the favorite, but he likes Pavlovich.
Man, I'm so excited for that fight. That's going to be a crazy fight. Yeah. All right, brother. Thank you for joining us, Timmy. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us and watching us. This is the Fight Season Podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. And we'll see you soon. What?
Real quick, just because I just saw it on, I just saw it here on my Instagram that reported by Happy Punch that Shannon Briggs is fighting Rampage Jackson on February 17th in Florida. I think it's in boxing, But hey, 2 old timers going at it, 2 legends. I hope Rampage Jackson beats his ass.
By the way, Shannon Briggs commented on a TikTok video of ours. I think he follows us.
Nice.
So
let's go, champ.
Yeah, let's go, champ.
Listen, I like Shannon Briggs, but Rampage Jackson back in action February 17th.
That's gonna be a fun one.
Timmy, how you feeling?
Feeling
Who
great,
gives
man.
a fuck how you feeling, bro? Listen,
You walked right into it, brother.
we'll see you next time, man.
I don't answer questions from him anymore.
Let me tell you something about Andrew. This is my boy right here. You disrespect him, you're disrespecting me.
Inside fighting, Sean inside fighting.